Um, so the session that we're going to talk today is that how can startups weather the storm? We've been talking with a lot of companies in Bangladesh, some of them outside Bangladesh, trying to figure out what to do. And I think managing cash flow in times that the down market is always difficult. And so that is something that we want to discuss today. So just taking some of the results that we had on this, that I think these numbers will change very soon. We had another survey done in the BD Startup Founders Group a few days back. But on the last survey we did, that 24% reported having shut down their business completely, while another, sorry, I'm just going to minimize this. Yeah. Another 50% mentioned that another 30% mentioned that they have decreased their businesses by 50%. A very small number is also seeing a more than a 50% increase, but in general, the startups in Bangladesh are seeing a significant downplay in capital. And what's more interesting is that having talking with most of the companies, that we figure out that if the situation persists the way it is, 86% of all startups will exhaust their reserves within 6 months. So that's across the board. That if they have a zero revenue from today, in 6 months time, 86% of them will exhaust all their reserves. So I think this is the time, as a company, these are difficult times, but we really needed to figure out how to manage our cash flows and survive in these difficult times. We are also doing kind of like a sector level analysis, and if I take just upper limit and lower limit, for example, in e-commerce, there are some companies who saw a 50% decline in revenue, and then there are some companies who saw more than 50% increase in revenue or orders as well. But that's a range that you can see, but most of the sectors you can see that they are having significant impact on this, including education or even finance. So though we think that education, finance, healthcare, essential services, and because it's a broad range of companies out there, maybe serving a very critical portion of the market, not necessarily all of them will be able to manage cash. The second problem is, even if there is a demand for your product, it's not always easy to serve the market. For example, let's take a look at e-commerce. Say a large company like Chalda will see an increase in orders, but at the same time, the problems they will face is that getting a warehouse, getting delivery men, getting the right kind of product from production companies, having a well-established kind of like a supply chain, because most of the people have left Dhaka. It might not be that easy to get quality people who do those services as well. So again, even if it's not just a factor of demand, even if the ecosystem, even if the demand exists, the ecosystem might not allow you to serve well, and that will again impact on your cash flow. That is where I think as companies we definitely need to look and see where these things take us as well. Again, this particular survey was done like I think April 5 or 6 on just 40 companies, but we have done another survey on 180 companies. So then we can have a more bigger result and see what sectors is doing what. So for right now, the real estate that you see, possibly out of the 40, maybe 2 or 3 companies give that position. But once we have the larger number of pool, where I think maybe a lot of you more have kind of participated, we will see a better results.